Hi, beautiful human. I am Zach. That is Dan. And today we welcome back to the studio Grammy-winning Icelandic Chinese singer, songwriter, really jack of all trades, one of the most incredible human beings, revives a whole genre, very casual, very cool, sells out arenas, no big deal. We have a new record to talk about. It's called A Matter of Time. Please say hello to Laufey.
Yay!
Hi.
Yo, that's what it... Hi.
Hi.
What is it like to now be in a third cycle right now?
It's crazy. It's just like, it doesn't feel real, like any of it. I think this third album felt like I just felt a whole lot more confident, I think. That's the best way to say it. I think I was learning so much in the first two albums, and I'm still learning a lot, but I kind of walked in with more confidence.
Is it based on where you're at in life that's fueling that confidence?
I don't know. I think it's more so like the first time I went into the studio, I didn't know what was right or what was wrong, and like didn't want to push buttons that, didn't exist. And with this album, I just realized that I can just make things up if I want to, and if I have an idea, I can execute it, and there's no such thing as right or wrong. It's just whatever I believe is right is right.
How freeing is that?
So freeing. And I think it's a freedom that maybe a lot of artists get earlier, but it just took me a second because I had such a kind of classical background, and I'm also just a people pleaser and always wanted to do things correctly. But now I'm like, I don't know, I followed my heart more.
Can you give me a tangible example of that? Like where you followed your heart, or where you thought you had the freedom to make a decision that like maybe in other situations could have been seen as wrong, but for you it felt right.
Well, vocal recording. Let's take that for example. The norm is to have like a vocal chain with a lot of different kind of things on it, right? And reverb being one of them, and kind of, no matter, like it's not a question of whether someone's a good singer or not. It's rather just like it's a stylistic choice. I didn't like anything on my voice. I just wanted to sing straight into the microphone and keep it dry and not have any reverb or any kind of, effects on it, or plugins or whatever. And I remember when I was starting out, just kind of like autopilot, producers would put, some sort of sound like that on the voice. It would like with reverb or something like that, just because that's what's common. And I remember at first I was kind of like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just do that because that's must be what's correct. And I didn't know technically didn't know if it was like possible to like have it, like maybe it needed something to be able to be processed for like putting it on streaming or on vinyl. Like I literally didn't know. Whereas like now I'm like, I tell everyone I want it dry always. Like I love recording vocals dry. And if I add reverb, it's a stylistic choice to make something sound bigger or more empty even. Like it's always it's like an instrument for me. But at the base, I always have everything dry. And now I know that. You mentioned like space and silence, and like there's moments throughout this album where like there is silence. There is like this intensity in the instruments being played. Like the sonics and the instruments are telling its own story. Yeah, I had so much fun kind of just painting musically on this album, and I kind of I really just let my heart fly and mind wander and do whatever I wanted, which was so fun. Like I had that freedom. Like I've shown the world who I am, and I feel like I've gotten my message across in a very strong way. So for this album, I didn't want to think too much about what message I was sending, and rather just make music and paint, I mean, and by the way, you do that. Like am I going to say it wrong? Cuckoo ballet. Why is it, it's spelled Cuckoo in my notes. Cuckoo ballet. I always say cuckoo ballet. It's cuckoo, right? Cuckoo, yeah.
Like a cuckoo clock.
Okay,
like
dude.
A cuckoo clock.
Yeah, but that is how you spell it? Because like based on, anyway, it's all just a beautiful instrumentation.
Oh, thank you.
Why is that vital throughout, to at least tell the story that you're looking to tell top to bottom in this album?
I wanted to essentially like write like a film score or a musical or something. Like I wanted it to be a story from front to end that was very vivid and just transported you immediately. Like the first note you hear on the album. And I wanted it all to be sewn together. There are so many different inspirations on this album and so many different kind of musical directions that come together. And I think moments like Cuckoo Ballet was how I could make it all make sense and bring it all together. Like Cuckoo Ballet it's composed of melodies from all the songs on the album.
So I thought.
And yeah, it's a medley.
But it comes in the middle of the entire piece.
Yeah, it's an interlude. It's like a musical break before the album gets a little more crazy.
It leads into Forget Me Not.
Yeah.
By the way, you're singing in Icelandic.
Yeah.
Is that serving a higher purpose for the story you're looking to tell in that record?
Yeah, I mean, Forget Me Not is a song about the experience of immigrating to a new country and losing, or like being far away from your home country and losing a bit of it. And I guess the fear of loss as well. Every day I feel a little less Icelandic, and I just wanted to fight against that in some way and kind of tell Iceland how much I love it and forget me not. I don't want them to forget me. And this is my love letter to Iceland. And the lyrics, the first time I've written any Icelandic lyrics, and it's just a couple of sentences and it's fairly simple. I'm just singing, never forget me, I'll love you forever. And it felt essential for it to be in Icelandic because I wanted to speak so directly into the soul of Iceland and into Icelandic people. And it kind of felt like the message needed to come across in that language.
That is a very real thing that a lot of people our age battle who are from other parts of the world, and they come here to chase after a dream, and parts of themselves really do kind of get parked back at home.
Yeah, it's something that I've been thinking about so much as I spend more and more years away from Iceland and more days speaking English over Icelandic and it's really, and American culture it's beautiful in that it is a mix of so many different things, and I still get to be Icelandic here, but it's I don't know, I was so homesick in a way, and I wanted to show the world how proud I am of my culture and how it is woven into everything that I do, though I may not live there always. And it's a love song. It sounds like a love song about a lover, but really it's about my country. And the song itself, the melodies are heavily inspired by Icelandic folk music and folk tunes, and it was recorded with the Iceland Symphony Orchestra in Iceland, so it all kind of worked together. And yeah.
By the way, you did something in Iceland for we have a song line that's coming to Amazon Music.
Yeah, that was all done in Iceland.
What did you end up doing for that?
It was I think five songs or something around that. Just kind of different interpretations of the songs. We did like Tough Luck as a jazz version, and that's like the poppiest song on the album. And I did all the songs that had like a little bit of Iceland in them, whether they were recorded originally in Iceland, written in Iceland, or had lyrics that alluded to Iceland or Icelandic culture or to those experiences.
How cool is that, though?
It was super cool, and I got to play, and we recorded it in this venue that I've played in since I was a little kid and is attached to a school that my grandmother went to when she was a kid, and it's on the pond in Iceland, which is like kind of like at the center of town, and the audience was comprised of kids from my old music school, so it was just a really, really beautiful moment, and and I was playing the band and string quartet I was playing with were all like kids I grew up playing with, so it was so sweet.
That's really special.
Yeah, and my cousins were there, and all my little cousins and older cousins, my mom and dad, and it was just, yeah, it was beautiful. And the dress I was wearing was like very inspired by Icelandic traditional dresses, and it was really, yeah. My heart feels fuller after it.
You got to watch it. It's on Amazon Music. We'll put a link below. It's really just a cool way to showcase, like who you are, your family, but also Iceland, you know? And
Yeah.
like nobody, I would never see that side of it through that perspective and that lens.
Yeah, it's such a unique country because, everyone knows Iceland, but ultimately it's a very small town and has very distinct cultures and, it's we the population isn't even 400,000, but we have our own language and we have our own currency and it's, we have the oldest parliament in the world. The first parliament in the world was built in Iceland. And so it's like a really, really interesting culture. And the nature is so breathtaking and it's kind of something that stays within you forever. And Iceland is this like everyone returns back to Iceland. Like it's quite rare that people leave. And it's from pure love for the country. You go back because it's so beautiful.
So much of who you are as a musician is made up of your parents and your grandparents.
Yeah.
How often do you channel or utilize things that they taught you while making music in this album?
I mean, all the time. I mean, my classical music upbringing, that's from my mom. That's from my Chinese family. My grandparents were professors at the Central Conservatory in Beijing. And so every day every day when I'm recording or on stage or whatever, I'm channeling those lessons and all of that. Like the reason I have any sort of stamina to be able to go on stage every night and play piano and cello and everything, like that comes from my Chinese side and from those lessons and that discipline that I learned there.
It's really special.
I really feel like a mix of all the things that have made me me.
Let's talk album. You described your first album as a little bit of a hopeless romantic. You'll never fall in love, right?
Right.
And then we get into the second one. You describe it as, okay, I'm learning a little bit more about love.
Yes.
Where are we at with The Matter of Time?
Where are we at with The Matter of Time? Well, I'm in love and I'm learning about the album is a love album, but really it's about self-discovery. It's about all the self-discovery that comes with falling in love. That was one of the things I wanted to write about was like, the love songs like Lover Girl or Silver Lining. They are love songs, but they're also about what it feels like, how it makes you crazy, how it makes you overthink and how you might sabotage it or how you're hallucinating like that is, or you're like worried that you're bringing them into your carousel of life. Like ultimately this album is about like pouring your heart out to a lover and them getting to know every single part of you and the realization that you actually can't hide any part of you from them.
Is that who you really are talking to throughout this album, is the person you love?
Yes, but to myself mostly. It's this whole album is just it's me like consoling myself and learning about myself and kind of like putting it into, it's my journal essentially. It's like, so this is what I felt today, but that's okay. And now I've made a song about it and I can move on and address the next thing.
Because it is true, like when you fall in genuine love for the first time, second time, whatever, it is this like you discover new sides of yourself.
Yeah, you really do. Like I thought there was so much I've learned about myself, like trauma I didn't realize I had. Like it's very honest. And then if you're a perfectionist, you want to keep up that front as long as you can.
But you can't if you want it to work.
Absolutely cannot. Like you cannot. And that is, so the album is both, the way that it's sequenced is very intentional. It starts very prim, very buttoned up. It's the first date. It's showing, it's this excitement, this
like
kind
clockwork.
of, yes, exactly like clockwork. Like, okay, it's happening again. Like, let's go. And then as the songs go on, it starts to just unravel. And of course, there are other stories that come in and out. It's not all like the same story, but it is like the common thread is this kind of bearing of the soul. And the album also, for me, kind of serves this purpose of showing the world who I am. Not just, a lover, but I think the world has gotten to know me as this very buttoned up, kind of prim, soft-spoken artist. And though I am that as well, I really want to show the world that this strength that I have inside of me as well, I guess, or that I can be strong too, and I can be angry or I can be delusional, although we knew I was delusional, but, or anxious or, all of these different feelings that maybe aren't very pretty to put on display. If you put your insecurities out into the world, they become a weapon for someone to use. And that's really scary. But I just wanted to pour my whole heart out. And I don't know, the focus on this album was just honesty.
You talk about trauma. Love does unearth traumas that you didn't even know existed.
Yeah, it does.
And a lot of
It really
it
does.
could be trust. It's a lot of things.
Yeah, it's like your first experience with love or some sort of relationship or even like a first talking stage will literally affect how you love like 5-10 years later. It's crazy.
How did that I don't know. Like, what are you thinking about right now?
What I just like
I can see
I
your
was
wheels
talking
turning.
to my therapist about it and and she was telling me about this like dog theory about how kids, if their first experience with a dog is negative, they're going to believe that all dogs are bad for a really long time. It takes a lot of work to become not afraid of dogs. Whereas like if a kid has a really good experience with a dog the first time and then maybe they encounter a bad dog, they notice that they think all dogs are good, but some dogs are bad. No, sorry, what am I saying? Then they know that like there are some bad dogs, but that doesn't mean all dogs are bad. And I was thinking, and we were like applying that to like love. If your first experience with a relationship or something is bad, then you might be in the mind space where everything's going to fall apart and all relationships are bad. Whereas like if you have a kind of a good one and then you have one bad experience, that relationships can be good, but sometimes there's just a bad egg every now and then. I don't know. This was just like something that followed me so much throughout the whole album process. That's kind of random, and I don't even know if it translated onto the album. But
a part of you is like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like you're waiting for it to turn bad to a certain degree. If your first
I mean, the album is so much about that. It's about having this beautiful, precious thing that you don't want to mess up.
Well, in Castle in Hollywood, you said my first heartbreak marked the end of my girlhood.
Yeah.
How would you describe your first heartbreak?
Castle in Hollywood is it's about a friend breakup.
Oh.
Yeah. And
which could be worse than a
which in many ways
breakup.
Can be way worse. Yeah, I just feel like everyone I know has had like a really bad friend breakup that hurts just as bad as like a romantic breakup. And it's I had an experience where I had a best friend and we fell apart and had our differences and to me that like kind of marked the end of my girlhood in a way. And that's when that was my first heartbreak.
That's like,
and it breached my trust and now it's something that I kind of carry with me forever.
Does it hold you back? Or going back to dog theory for a second, does it hurt the way you make friends moving forward?
100%. I think I'm always like making sure that I can trust and that, that everything's okay, It's definitely harder to make friends since after having an experience like that, you just like, you don't want to make the same, like you don't want to feel the same way again. Totally. So you just try everything in your power to like keep everything okay and balanced. And it's the same with relationships.
But it is interesting to equate that to this like closing of a chapter in your life.
Yeah.
Because this is a friend you had for a long time. And like with that comes an association with everything from before.
Yeah. Well, for me, like after, I had this experience. And then after that, I'm like, okay, I'm a woman now. I'm on my own. I'm flying and need to figure it out. Like, fun time is over. No, I'm kidding. No, times got very, very fun, but yeah,
in different ways, right?
And I like wish absolutely nothing ill upon this person. And that's another thing that the song is about. It's like, it's the weirdest heartbreak because it's not like I wish doom upon them at all. I like wish beauty for them,
Very real, right? Like you want them to succeed.
I want them
you still
to
care.
flourish. Exactly.
Yeah. And that's like, It's like just because like the friendship doesn't feel right or is right
Yeah.
at this point because you've grown in different directions for whatever reasons doesn't mean you wish, the worst upon them.
No, not at all. I'm like, I really hope you're really happy.
Very real. Tough luck. Tough luck, my boy. Your time is up. I'll break it first. I've had enough of waiting till you lie and cheat, just like you did to the actress before me. Oops. She doesn't even know. You won't be missed. I'm glad to see you go.
I love this dramatic reading.
It sounds like a cautionary tale. It sounds like
Yeah, there's some heartbreak woven into it. But those are like the side storylines, right? Where it's like that's affected who I am
Yeah, like
and affected my actions.
so are you speaking out of like anxiety and stress and delusion and trauma, or are you speaking out of fact in those lyrics?
Oh, tough luck is fact.
Got it.
Yeah.
You also mentioned Tough Luck being the poppiest song on the album.
Yeah.
Why'd you want to lean into that direction?
I just want to make a song that he would fucking hate.
By the way, like
But also a song that was so musically interesting to me that it would also piss him off.
so can you explain to me where you approach a record from these days? Like what starts? Is it you just walking and having a lyric or an idea or emotion, or is it from a music standpoint?
I always start with like a concept. Like I knew Bewitched was going to be called Bewitched before I started writing a song called Bewitched or any song on Bewitched. Same thing with this album. Like I knew that there would be a giant clock on the album cover and that the central theme would be time. And didn't completely know how yet, but I just knew that that was going to be the direction. And I wanted it to be this kind of like anxious ticking of the clock, twisted Cinderella thing. And the first song I wrote for this album was Sabotage, actually. And it was kind of like...
We end the album with that.
Yeah. So everything I did after that just led to that moment.
You start with this beautiful, epic, like apocalyptic type record, but how did that lay the foundation for everything?
It was exactly what I wanted because the way Sabotage starts, it's exactly what you would expect from me. It's like this kind of dissonant but haunting, like beautiful song. But then there's these loud kind of interruptions, if you will, that kind of come out of nowhere. And then the end is just like this scream of sound and this letting all of the emotions out and all like the instruments that are played on the record come out in that moment. And it sounds like everything's just thrown in a fire together. That's exactly what I wanted to do with this album. I wanted to show the contrast between the very beautiful and the very chaotic. It's all like a beautiful chaos. And everything from the album fits into one of those two categories. Sometimes the music is beautiful and the lyrics are chaotic. Sometimes the music is chaotic, but the lyrics are beautiful. But that's like the thesis of the album.
Well, I was going to say, when you walked in, Zach said, "You're glowing, you look beautiful," which reminded me of Snow White, because in Snow White, you're saying the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Would you say, "I don't think I'm pretty, it's not up for debate"?
Yeah.
Where does that stem from?
Yeah.
Oh, it stems from insecurity, of course. I've been thrown into the craziest world in the past year or two, and the standards for women, the standards for women in the spotlight, but women in general, are just so high. There's no way to compete. Everybody, beauty standards change every 20 minutes at this point. There's no way to keep up. And I think Snow White I wrote for a couple of reasons. One of them being just pure frustration that I couldn't reach this vision that the world seemed to be wanting of me in the moment. I just didn't feel good enough for that. And it's weird because when I started in this industry, I didn't think I'd be in the positions that I am now. I didn't think I'd go to a red carpet or, do fashion stuff, which I love so much, but it's a completely different game. And I know kind of how to value myself as a musician, but when it comes to how I look, I'm just a whole lot less secure. I've never been that secure. Like, I was always a really odd kid, and I was not like, there were no boys chasing after me. Like, I was not one of those girls. I never got attention from anything, which, shouldn't be that important. But when you're a little kid and you're not getting attention from the boys and the other girls are, like, it just tells you, like, oh, that's just not for me. Like, I just believed that for so many years.
Again, dog theory in a weird way. If that's
No,
what you're exposed to
truly.
early on, that's what you're just accustomed
That's
to
what
moving
you're
forward.
accustomed to, and that's why it's so hard to believe that you can be loved, and so hard to believe that you can be beautiful. And somebody tells you you're beautiful, and you just don't believe it. It's like, again,
I get it.
everything on this album ties in like that. But so that was one of the reasons I wrote it. I just felt like I couldn't compete, and I was tired of trying to compete. And ultimately, I was competing with myself. Like, the song Snow White, so many people have asked me, like, who's it about? Like, who's Snow White? Like, who are you seeing? And I'm like, no, I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm seeing this version of myself that is perfect, but I'll never be able to reach it. And that's why I sing, like, the mirror tells lies to me, and I just play along, because it's like, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm just seeing this distorted version of myself. And then the song is also just about how I feel like women's bodies and faces are valued higher than their brains and their word and their thought, their words and their thoughts. So,
Do you remember the first time somebody told you that you were beautiful and you believed it?
I don't know, because you go in and out of believing it, right? You hit someone on a good day and they're like, yeah. If someone tells me that on a day where I believe it, I'm like, yeah. And then someone tells me on a different day and I'm like,
but it's also who's saying it matters, right?
Yeah. Well, this whole album, I was just, both musically and visually, like, tired of chasing beauty. I used to think so much about making sure I had the prettiest, and I'm being very self-aware and open when I say this, but, I thought so much about which photo was prettiest for the album cover and which photos were the best for press, or like how I was sitting in interviews, or, how I looked on stage, and then also musically, which notes sounded the best, which one vibrated the most beautifully, and which chords sound the most beautiful. Like, I was chasing beauty, the way that we are taught, the way that women are taught. But with this album, I just wanted to chase, like, a good story. I wanted to chase accurate emotion, and I wanted to chase passion. So, like, the album cover's odd. Like, it's super odd, but it tells a story. It tells the story I want to tell. And it's imperfect in the best way. And like, my hair is like frizzy in all the press photos. I wanted to, like, embrace my natural curly hair. And then the music, like, there's a lot of dissonance on this album, a lot of things that seem imperfect, and that's what makes it perfect to me.
I was going to say, in that, aren't you just redefining what beauty is?
I guess so. I just realized that I have no control over what other people think is beautiful, but I have control over what's honest to me, So.
And I think honesty is the most beautiful.
Honesty is so beautiful. Like, I guess, to answer your earlier question, I just feel so safe to say what I want to say and make the music I want to make now. I have such a like a beautiful, supportive community of fans that listen, and they're just so supportive of me that I feel like I could, like, being honest just helps me almost. Like, it's almost like talking to a big friend group, Like, I've always been a very open book with my friends, and I love telling them how I feel so that I can hear if maybe they resonate, and that makes me feel better, or something like that. And this album feels like just like a huge version of that, where I'm, like, putting it out and hope that people, I mean, I don't hope people resonate, because there's some dark stuff, but if they do, I hope they feel consolation.
By the way, mutual understanding is, like, so powerful, and
Yeah.
it's And you're going to get that. I mean, this album is just, it's highly relatable.
Oh.
Highly
I hope so.
relatable.
I mean, I hope not, but I hope so.
Mr. Eclectic. Interesting guy.
Yes, very interesting guy.
Bet you think you're so poetic, quoting
Yeah.
epics and ancient prose. I'm so dyslexic, dude. Truth be told, you were quite pathetic, Mr. Eclectic. Alan Poe. Did you ever stop and give a wonder to just who you were talking to?
I had a question about that line. When
Yeah.
people meet you, or if you're on a date or something, do people try to impress you with like music knowledge? 'Cause
Yes.
That's kind of what I was gathering.
Yes, this is like the ultimate performative male
Talking
song.
about some dead composer. You're just some stoner patronizing me.
Yeah.
Real. Is it about going out on dates, or is it?
Yeah, it's like this is like collected thoughts from like me and my twin sister and some of my friends. Like
She's the best, by the way.
she's so funny, and so smart. But I feel like between our conversations, I have so much material, which is great. But yeah, I think especially like sometimes people will get this understanding of me that I like want to talk about literature and composers, and I do, like, to a certain extent, but I can always tell when it's like to impress me, so it's kind of cheeky. It's like, oh, like, why are you talking to me about this composer? Like, I know more than you. Like, you're not even scratching the surface. It's like funny. I'm like, you're just trying to have this grand gesture, and this sounds really mean now, but it's not mean. It's like that person trying to be smart. And I'm like, it's like a guy trying to be really smart. And I'm like, no, I know just what you're talking about.
Real. By the way, like, you got to listen to the album. It's waiting for you. It's link below, a matter of
Mr.
time.
Eclectic's also really fun because Claro did BGVs on it. I don't know if you noticed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What can we just
What are BGVs?
background
vocals.
Okay, see, sometimes you gotta explain things. You gotta dumb it down because I didn't know.
And now you know forever.
And now I know.
How did she end up on that record?
I was recording at Electric Lady in
That's
New
what we
York.
thought. We couldn't
Yeah.
confirm.
And she was in the next room. And I was like, hey, do you want to, would you be down to do some background vocals on this? And she has such a cool, like, deep knowledge of jazz music and bossa nova. Like, she is so smart. And we were geeking out about some Astro Gilberto records. And yeah, we just had like the best night and just split a bottle of wine and we're just fucking around. And like, you can hear at the end, there are all these like vocal kind of rhythmic things. Like, we just spent all night being like, chicka, chicka, ah, ah, like into the microphone, and it was so fun.
By the way, to connect with somebody so randomly over music that deeply,
It's so amazing. And she also records all her vocals dry. So actually, though our voices are very different, they work well together because we have like very similar recording needs.
which is absolutely nothing.
Dry. Well, she does double tracking, I think, which is really, really cool. And so we did some of that on the song, and it sounds amazing.
Can you explain that exactly? Like, what is that?
You just record the same line twice.
So you're layering it.
Yeah, I mean, like the Beatles did it. That's like it creates this really cool like vintage sound.
By the way, like, are you just, obviously you're an incredible student constantly because like it's just a part of the game, but like as you acquire all these new things, are you just thinking about like how you apply this so directly to bossa nova, to jazz? Because like all these things are techniques and pop techniques that could ultimately, I don't know, change the course of a genre.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like so many artists now like borrow from the past and take recording techniques and things like that. It's so beautiful that we have this kind of endless knowledge just right there that we can, learn from and take from. And it's a fun way to bring like vintage elements into new songs, or the other way around. Like, I record, like if I'm recording like a bossa nova song, right? It's like I will record it dry and I try to keep it as true to, earlier recording styles. But like, how do you make a song sound vintage? Like, how do I make a song sound vintage when I have a new microphone or something like that? how do you make a song sound vintage? Sorry. Even though it's a new song with like new lyrics or whatever. Instead of like putting like a lo-fi filter on it, like try using a vintage microphone. Try using, the type of reverb that they used back in the day, like a plate reverb, or try doing it dry. It's like there's so many different ways of using older techniques to make something sound old rather than just like putting a crackle on it or something like that.
How did Aaron Dessner end up impacting this entire kind of scape you created for this album?
I wanted to create such a vivid dream world, but I also wanted to like push myself and see if I could find new sounds within my palette that I hadn't explored before. And I just love Aaron and I love his production, and he also has an identical twin brother who's a classical musician who I'm such a fan of as well, and we all share a birthday, which is crazy. Me and my twin sister and him and his twin brother. And we're identical, and it's like the craziest like kismet thing.
That's actually,
it's crazy, but the Taurus energy was just through the roof in those sessions. Like it was just so calm and so fun, and I went upstate to record at his and needed to just be in the middle of nature to be able to like find those sounds. And yeah, it was a level of, I just had so much fun. Like I got to explore new sides of myself while still staying true to myself. And yeah, it was so cool. I'm such a fan.
You can only do that in safety, right? And you and Spencer, safe.
Yes.
You connect with Aaron.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Safe. Yeah.
Safe. Like, it's great. You have incredible peers. Biba Doobie, Nora Jones. Do you see these people as peers? Because
I do, yeah.
Barbara Streisand?
Sure. Barbara, I will never put down to peer level. She is God level.
That is so real.
Yeah.
I mean, do you look at those sessions and really understand, I learned something from these people?
I learned something from everybody I work with. Like I've never not taken a lesson away. Even if it was like a session that didn't work out. I always say I feel like I'm taking my master's degree in music because I just learn so much from everyone I collaborate with. And that's the true beauty of collaboration, I think.
What do you learn from Barbara Streisand?
Oh my God. I mean, I think just like she has such a youthful spirit. She's, making this beautiful album and finding artists to record with that, there's no reason she should have recorded with me. And the fact that she did and resonated with this song is like, that's so cool. Like she's still doing such fun projects. And I mean, the life that she's led is just so incredible. But I think it's like her spirit that I'm just like, I want to stay forever working and amazing like her.
And Nora Jones, in my opinion, one of the greatest artists of all time.
She is.
Did you learn anything from her?
Oh my God.
She's an incredible songwriter, dude.
She is an incredible songwriter, and she's an incredible person. I feel like I see her a lot at festivals because we play a lot of the same festivals. And every time I see her, I just start to like dump my like trauma onto her. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can get through this tour, like whatever, like how did you do it? Like she gives the best advice, and there's something about her that is just so calm and open that I just immediately start to dump all my problems on her. But yeah, she's giving me, I mean, she told me to like always bring a pillow on tour. Like there's like little stuff like that that I've learned too.
By the way, there's comfort things matter. Sleep matters.
Things matter. Yeah, she like gave me so much advice to like how to handle criticism as well, and how to like, yeah, she's just the coolest. I like can't believe that she's real.
By the way, you are going on tour.
I am going on
arena tour.
Huge. That's, I mean, massive.
It's so crazy.
Like this, I mean, it is crazy, right?
It is. I really can't believe it.
By the way, you got to get tickets. There's a link below. You're going on the road with Suki Waterhouse. What is the hardest part for you to process about doing an arena tour?
I mean, the amount of people, probably. Yeah. It's so crazy. I mean, I've played arenas and amphitheaters before that are that size, and it's just, it'll be so fun to do like a full tour of it. And the fun like production things that I'm going to be able to do on this tour, it's definitely like a new playing field. But I'm so happy to like finally be able to like get more people in the room and get to play the new music for a bigger audience. It's like, it's really like quite a dream, but it's going to be a full like, it's going to be a show.
Yeah, right?
It's going to be theater.
How do you balance the needs of a genre like bossa nova and the needs like a genre like jazz with exactly what you want to do and accomplish? Or do they just synonymously, harmoniously go together and you don't even need to think about it?
I used to think about it because I was like, is anyone going to listen to this music that might sound outdated to people? But now I don't think about it at all because it doesn't really matter whether a song is loud or quiet or fast or slow, you know? Like if the audience is there for it, you know, you can play it anywhere and it can go to any scale. Like I used to think that only like fast, upbeat, peppy pop songs could find a lot of success, but sometimes the saddest, slowest songs find a lot of success. Like there's really no way of telling. Like I would never have been able to guess that From the Start would be my biggest song. It's honestly one of my truest bossa nova songs. Like it truly is something that could be from the past. And the world has taken it on like it's any other song. It's like the best time to be a musician. It really doesn't matter what music you're making. If something resonates, it resonates. And audiences nowadays are so open to listen to so many different things.
Well said, but also 100% accurate. Like people are more open to exploring literally anything.
Yeah, it's like, it's so cool. I wish I were younger right now because I feel like I would have had so much more hope as a musician because, I don't know, music now the industry is dictated by what audiences want, and that is so cool. It creates a very true version of music, and it creates a true snapshot of our time, you know?
And by the way, a true version of music, a snapshot of your time and our time as we listen is waiting for you, a matter of time. Link below. Go, go, go.
Yeah, I know you got to go. I want to rattle off a few questions real quick.
Yes.
Did you musically name drop anyone on this album?
Did I? I think I almost did. But I didn't put it in the album.
Because it was...
Musically, no, but I did name drop Edgar Allan Poe.
Album cover is at 3 o'clock or 8 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
What does that mean? Why 3 o'clock?
It's the third album. And it spells out L.
For Laufey.
For Laufey.
I feel like there might be an inside joke here, but why does everybody comment, where's the rap album?
I forget how it started. The lore runs so deep. I think it was either somebody did a remix of From the Start with like a Tupac song. So it was either that was the catalyst, or I did I lip synced to Hamilton.
Oh.
And then I lip synced to Doechii. and I love rap, so I think that was that's how it all started. Yeah.
Do you understand like why people love you on TikTok? Because when you do post, like you show up on my For You
Literally
page
You're everywhere.
like every time.
That's very. I'm literally shit posting. Sometimes I look back and I'm like, ooh, my what do they say? I was gonna say carbon footprint.
Your digital footprint? Yeah, that's
my digital footprint is, I don't know. One day I'm gonna look back and be like, what was this? But you know, whatever. You have to climb Cringe Mountain.
You got to climb Cringe Mountain to the point where like you don't even think of it as cringe. Also, like
I don't think it's cringe. I think it's I think it's so funny.
That, and I was seeing something on TikTok, obviously, of this like chick explaining that like cringe is something created by Gen Z. Like the cringe really did not exist amongst millennials whatsoever, and it was called individuality and just being yourself and not giving a shit.
Exactly.
And now we put a label on it, and it's called cringe, and that's holding people back from following their heart, following their mind.
It really is. I'm such a big preacher of this. Like you have to climb Cringe Mountain. It's the only way up.
Very real. Thank you for being here.
My last thing is congrats on Love Island. That's huge.
Oh, thank you.
Of
That,
course.
might be one of my prouder
What are you
moments.
talking about?
Silver Lining was in Love Island to
Oh.
celebrate.
I don't watch it, but that's huge. That's a congratulations. Yeah,
It's
yes.
it was really, really cool. It
Did
was
you-
a good moment for it. I was like, wow, this is kind of an important slot.
Did you campaign for this?
I'm sure some lovely people at my label were campaigning for it, but I was kind of unaware. Like I find out most things from like Instagram DMs.
Do you watch Love Island?
I've watched clips from it. All my friends are obsessively watching and have been giving me very intense verbal updates. But I watched that scene with it. Now I need to start from the beginning.
I
know
always
who wins.
I want to get into it, and everybody around here is watching it, but I don't know. It's a lot for me. It's like I don't know if I find that much joy in like watching hot people fall in love with each other.
Why, jealous?
You don't?
Maybe a little bit. Like if I really want to unpack it, like we don't have time here now, but maybe I'm like, oh, I want to be that
It's
hot.
just such an interesting look into how humans act.
Like yeah, I can't even get into the
But
Bachelor.
it is like a human hamster like box. You know what I mean?
because you can always watch, right? Like they do like constant streams and everything's on display.
Everything's on display, but it's so entertaining.
That's the new reality.
I love love.
Do you?
Yeah,
You are in love, aren't you?
I am.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing.
But like this, I mean, yeah, congratulations. I'm excited for the next album. Do you even think of those things?
Oh yeah, I'm planned. I've planned ahead.
Are you planning ahead or are you just living?
I'm living. The songs don't exist, but I know I have a schedule
Okay.
that I've created for myself.
And I feel like you'll follow it.
I always follow it. That's how I keep motivated.
By the way, most artists are the opposite. Like even if they set a schedule, it's hard to follow it.
It is. Oh, who knows? Maybe I'll finish this round of touring and need time. But I have such a good
Slow and steady wins the race. Life is a marathon, not a sprint, right, guys?
Yes.
Come
We-
on.
This is true.
A Matter of Time is waiting for you. Listen to it. Link below. Plus, Songline. Come on. You can listen to it all on Amazon Music. You can also watch it. Link below. Link below. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Laufey's got to go. You should please come back whenever. Like, yeah.
I would love that.
Always, 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 always here for you. Doors always open. You good?
Yeah, she gotta go.
I know. Laufey, everybody.